Now, raw sewage continues to flow into the rivers in Mogale City as the court case brought against the municipality hits a snag. Now, the Gauteng High Court in Johannesburg has struck the urgent application brought by the Department of Water and Sanitation off the roll. The department took Mogale City to court to force the municipality to stop the flow of raw sewage seeping out of the Percy Stewart wastewater treatment works. For more on this, I'm joined by Anet Muir, the senior manager then in the legal unit of the Department of Water and Sanitation. Anet, thank you so much for the time. Appreciate it this evening. The department was taking ultimately the Mogale City local municipality to court. This has now been struck off the roll. What's the next steps?
Thanks, Arabile. I think we need to just also clarify that the department has got several mechanisms that it's following, and one of them is this urgent interdict that we wanted to obtain through the High Court to be able to bring everybody to the table to have urgent discussions on getting a resolution to resolve the situation at Percy Stewart. We've previously engaged with them through our administrative enforcement, where we conduct regular inspections and issued notices and directives. We've also provided support as our other function as the department. We're not just the regulator, we're also the department that provides support to these municipalities. So in 21-22, we provided grant funding to assist with the refurbishments of Percy Stewart, and unfortunately the works currently is completely dysfunctional. You'll be aware also that the president instructed the premier to also get involved with Mogale City to get Percy Stewart sorted, as it is also discharging into the rivers that's affecting the cradle of humankind, as well as Hartbeespoort Dam is one of the catchment areas that the water eventually flows into. So the department has been given until the 24th of January to provide a responding affidavit. So it's still going to be appearing in front of the courts. So we are still on track. We've hit a glitch, but we will still be proceeding with our responding affidavit.
You say a glitch in it. The glitch here was that the department's answering affidavit was unsigned. And of course, Judge Anet Muir then chastised yourselves and said that it's irresponsible because you launched an application this week, but the client itself is not available. Ultimately, it doesn't mean that the case itself bears no standing. It's just that you need to dot your I's and cross your T's here. What has Mogale City then said off the back of all of this? Are they looking at this saying, well, we will do our best? What is their reasoning for not forcibly doing this anyway?
The argument is that it is a joint problem that has to be sorted out by provincial government, national government, and local government. And we agree that there is support that is rendered by national and provincial government. But the constitutional mandate of the municipalities are to provide basic services. And as we said, we provided that support by rebuilding the infrastructure in 21-22, and that's 2 years ago, and it is completely dysfunctional. So the operations and maintenance of the municipality was not done as it should have been done. And we, even with the intervention from the premier, a revised action plan has not been submitted to the department. Neither have they approached the department for further funding, which is available for them to access. So the urgency is also not there from the municipality to sort out the discharge from this works that has got this magnitude of impact on our World Heritage sites as well as our natural resources.
Yeah, I mean, this is, in itself, it just speaks of just the gravity of the situation. And one is not sure that the Mogale City is actually aware of just how significant a deal this really should be and how much of a priority it perhaps then should be. How much further can this case go? I mean, you've said that, of course, the legal options are still many. You still have other avenues as well. But how far can we actually take this situation? Because we need to obviously get to the bottom of it sooner rather than later. As you said, the president has already gotten involved effectively in this, and yet it still hasn't gotten anything done.
So the department, as the regulator, has exhausted its administrative enforcement. What we were able to do, we did, with no success in getting the infrastructure addressed. Therefore, we are then going to court to externalize to assist us. In terms of interventions, the department is not mandated by the Constitution to immediately go into an intervention mode. And that is where the Premier of Gauteng is also then involved to assist through the Department of Cooperative Governance in terms of constitutional interventions to address the governance issues and the financial issues also at a municipality, to assist in addressing the underlying issues of why this infrastructure then ultimately fails.
Yeah, this is going to be a major case. I think that the Mogale City themselves, the residents themselves, are looking at this going, this needs to be solved ASAP, because they kind of need this as well to ultimately be fixed as well. Do we know the cost thus far of this entire situation, and with regards to fixing the broken wastewater treatment works?
I don't have the exact rands and cents. We've had interaction with a mine in the area to assist with interventions, and they've costed it. The municipality is indicating that it's a bit more than what the private company or the entity is indicating. So I think with the revised action plan that they have promised to submit to the Premier, I think we'll be able to have a better idea of the problem. And it's not just the works that has to be addressed, it's also the pump stations that are transporting the effluent to the wastewater treatment works that needs to be addressed. So I think in the court papers, there's been a big focus on the works itself, but not necessarily on getting the infrastructure to transport the effluent, that it doesn't go into the stormwater and into the rivers.
Yeah, look, it's unfortunate that you ultimately have to even take the city even to court with regards to this matter. Absolutely. Because they should ultimately be doing this. But also to be said on the other side, you know, the administrative purposes of all of this also need to be stretched out and put forward correctly. So yes, hopefully we move forward and find an answer to this. Anet, thank you so much for your time this evening. Really appreciate it here on News at Prime on this Sunday evening. Anet Muir is the Senior Manager in the Legal Unit of the Department of Water and Sanitation.